Yeah, good evening. How was your weekend? I hope all went well. My name is Chief Martins Oguzie, Chief Okosisi 1, Chief Abauru to 1. Um, Before we start, as usual, let us appreciate God. Let's thank Him. Let's glorify His name because He's worthy of our praise. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords. You are Almighty Jehovah. You are the Alpha and Omega. Now, I want to say something about disappointment. But before we start, one of these days we are going to take a verse in the Bible, First Timothy chapter 1, verses 1, and we try to analyze it. We come have to see how we fight for faith. A letter of Apostle Paul to Timothy. We all know that Timothy was a young prophet, a young apostle, and Paul was way older than him. He gave him a letter, normal letter, as we used to receive a letter. And due to the transformation and the intervention of the Holy Spirit, it makes it become a norm for us. But I think even the apostleship that Paul used to call himself was commanded by God. And most people today, you know, somebody will call you apostle, somebody will call you a prophet without hearing clearly from God. I think is out of it. It's out of this world, and sometimes we have a problem in dealing with that. But that's a story for another day. I pray that God, in His own infinite mercy, will continue to open our eyes, even though as we read the Bible, we won't read it like a letter, normal novel. We read it by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. And by the time we do that, we believe that God, His own mercy and grace, will give us the understanding to know what the Bible is all about. And at the end of the day, will give us a narrative and rendition for us to move on in life. Today, I'll be very brief, very brief, and I'll be very precise and normal, as concise as ever. Today, I want to talk about disappointment in life. Many years ago, my father once told me that you can trust people, but the rate at which you trust them can also lead to that point which they disappoint you. Why? Because if you have a brother and you are trusting him so very much, a point in time will reach in life, he will disappoint you just like that. Many years ago, a young man planning to travel to overseas or Europe, and he has put all his arsenals down. He has planned plus and minus. He had the hope from his so-called uncle, who is also living abroad. And the uncle came to promise the father that I am going to take your son no matter what happens. This is the promise I've made to you. As years passed by, the boy was hoping for the uncle. Each time he called the uncle will tell him no problem. 1 year passed, second year passed, third year passed, fourth year passed. And it dawned on the boy that the uncle actually cannot take him to overseas. And he got that disappointment so very much, and it became a pain to him as a person. Now, my question is that you, as a person who is listening to me, what kind of disappointment have you ever gotten in life? A young man also had this lady, they were going out together, friends from school. And after the secondary school of the boy, he couldn't further. But since he had made up his mind to marry this girl, he thought there is nothing, no problem. He started working and started doing petty trade, collecting loan here and there and borrowing money here and there. Decided to sponsor this girl to university level. After sponsoring the girl, they were having fun and having very well. When the girl got to 400 level, towards the end of his career in university, about graduating, the girl met somebody who somehow was rich. And one day after convocation, the girl came back home after graduating from the school. And as the young man was about to meet him, the girl had to introduce him to the boyfriend or to the fiancé. And the only thing the guy told the boy was that, I cannot marry you because you are not educated. He didn't go to school. Meanwhile, the girl forgot that it was his school, his money, the boy money, that he used to train her. What kind of disappointment is that? It's a fatal disappointment. If you were the one, what will you do? If you are that person that trained a girl in school and she end up disappointing you, what kind of step will you take in life? Also, a day which one day there was a business somewhere, and a young man, a young boy was involved in this business with his boss. The boss was very influential and he doesn't want any stain in his business, in his own name. So he begged the boy to assist him to go in replacement of jail instead of him. And the boy should succumb and agreed to the crime he didn't commit. Meanwhile, basing himself on so-called, agreeing, and the man promised him heaven and earth, even though he went to jail and promised when he came out, he's going to repay him in millions. The boy agreed. After serving 5 years in jail, the boy came out and the man denied him because he's influential. He denied him. That is a disappointment. How many disappointments in life have you gone through in life? But I have a message for you today. David says, where's my help coming from? My help comes from the Creator of heaven and earth. And that's where his hope lies. That's where our hope lies. It is only God that does not disappoint. It's only Jesus Christ who can never, ever disappoint you. But men can disappoint you. If you're a young lady today, a young man that promised you marriage can also disappoint you. But what can never disappoint you is God. Hold God tight and make him your friend. Make him your brother. Make him your uncle. Make him your husband. Make him your wife. God will never, ever disappoint you. Because why? God is not a man that lies. He's a covenant-keeping God. But men can do everything possible to turn around your fortune in life to become nonsense, to become nothing. They can also turn around to delay your destiny. If you have somebody who has promised you heaven and earth, never you put your mind on that person. Because why? He's a man. He can turn around tomorrow and change his life and tells you he never said so. But the God we serve cannot do that. He can never. He will never do that. So let's put our mind straight to God and believe in Him. Have hope. Have mind, our mindset. Someone can promise you a good life, but at the end of the day, he end up disappointing you. If you are that person, what will you do to that man? Obviously, you cannot do anything. But the only thing I can say and I can promise is that it's only God that keep us and lead us to where we are going. God bless you.